Welcome back to Lego Cuddy 38. As you can see here, this is the Rise Sailman Transport set review video. Finally, it took 4 parts to make the build video happen because, that took a long time. Anyways, yeah, so now let's look at, first comes first, let's look at the minifigures, shall we? Anyways, so if you can see, these minifigures are pretty cool. I think my favorite one I like the design of hair, and I kind of like its hat. If you take that off, it's a surgical thing. I don't really know what it's called. It's used to prevent any hair because it's actually part of the clean room, which I'll show you in just a minute. So then here is this person. I like the use of the blue gloves because it really makes it seem like part of the clean room. But other than that, other than that, it's pretty basic. I do like how the basic design of all these lines, because it's like they actually worked hard for it, unlike some other minifigures I've seen. Yeah, so anyways, the next minifigures I want to show you are the workers. There's only one thing that actually does not make them space related is that I was actually pretty excited when I saw this on the box, but it's like I've never seen these before. But then if you look on the back, come on, where is that space logo? It would just make it more as a space vibe if they could have just included logo. But other than that, I guess I get that. But I've noticed, because the only thing out of all the only 2 people that have the logo out of all of these, all 7 of these minifigures, are the astronauts. Which definitely, if they didn't put that on the astronaut, then geez, that would have been a huge yikes. But even look, even on the old scientist, they even put one there. But this is just a regular person. So I feel like on the old ones they did a little bit better as for the engineers and scientists and like that. But other than that, it doesn't bother me that much. And yeah, so now let's get a closer look at this scientist figure. She has one of these hats. So basically it's just a hat with a ponytail behind it. But if you can see, the minifigure's might be hard to, but the minifigure's mouth is just a tiny bit off. But that doesn't bother me at all, since, when do you look that close into a minifigure and say, wow, all that money was wasted just because one minifigure had that? But no, I just see it as a little bit something that they could have done better. Anyways, let's look. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you that, here's the computer for the scientist. It's actually, they did pretty well with it, and I like its little Lego logo. Only thing is, I like how in one of the rover testing drive, they actually put something there. But in this one, they put nothing, just nothing. But it's actually, it's not necessarily a computer, because it's more like the one in the launch control one. I'll show you that later. But that one, that's more like a computer. This is just a laptop, you see? Foldable, it's mobile, and the minifigures can actually carry it without having to use 2 hands. All they have to do, just grip both the parts, and yeah, boom. Anyway, so that's really all they have to do. Now it's a little hard to get it. On a base plate, but no, okay. But anyways, I think that's good. Okay, now let's show you this launch control person now. So I don't know what to call it. I guess it could be like a flight director, or some. I wouldn't consider this an engineer. I would just consider some sort of launch person, launch control, like someone who works at launch control, And yeah, I like its mug because it's just during the liftoff they could just be drinking. Well, not drinking alcohol, but drinking coffee, hot cocoa, whatever they want. Anyways, now let's get to the good parts. Okay, now let's look at the astronauts. Now let's get a closer look at them. So basically they're the same design. And they're not really much difference, except if you can see this guy. So if you just take off, removing the head is not usually too hard until you hear a pop, and then I'll just leave the head off. But yeah, then you just look behind. Not really much. So then, and putting it on is pretty much easy. You just take off the head, slip this It's actually a fire. It's one of the fire gas tanks that the Lego City Fire. Well, no, that Lego City theme did for the fire department, but they just made it in white. And yeah, this helmet, it's actually pretty nice. I do have to admit, I think this is a new thing. I've never seen this helmet before. So actually no, my bad. This visor is not new because they made this for the old deep sea sets. The new deep sea sets are much different. But if you can see, this minifigure has has one of the same minifigures, which is the one I'm holding in my hand right now. That one is also like the exact same thing. Can you tell the difference really? If we take off the helmets, which one could you tell is different? They're both the same because okay, so the one I'm holding in my left hand, or whatever hand, so this one is from the Mars Research Shuttle, which actually has a cool little thing in the set, but I'll show you that later anyways. So I just wanted to show you that cool little thing about it. Putting the helmet back on, it's pretty easy, just do that. And yeah, that's really all about the minifigs. There's not really much more to say, other than I'm glad I got 7 minifigures. Boom, that's a good boost. Anyways, yeah, so now we're done with minifigures, now let's go look at the rover lab, like I said we would. Okay, so you guys want to see the rover lab? Well, here it is. It's basically 2 panels big. I don't know how many bricks, but here's the minifigure that is actually supposed to be glued with the rover lab, and this is really how it is. You just stand it up there, and yeah, it's kind of like if you just got another random minifigure. It's almost 2 minifigures would equal this. These are 2 giant doors, which I think makes sense, but now, in opening it, there's actually these parts, which I never really knew why they had those when I originally saw it on the box, but then as soon as I built it, I'm like, wait, and I've used it, I'm like, wait a minute, oh yeah, I know what these are for now. All you have to do is just pull, just slide your finger down until, and you just pull and pull. Oh yeah, and so on the white panels, these are not printed, they're actual stickers, which makes it a lot better. Well, actually no, I like printed is better than stickers because it's easier to put on. So now let's look at it. So as you see in, you can't see that much, but then if we adjust it, that's really all. They did a lot and they did not do a lot in this specific build. Because, as you can see, this is supposed to be a steel hanger, if you can think, and ideally the worker would just walk into the place, even though, so the person walks in, I guess it climbs up. They could have put stairs, but I guess I'm fine with that. Then they're up here. Okay, so now let's bring in the rover. Okay, so this makes no sense in reality. If you can see this, here's the rover just driving up, and boom, boom, the rover's in. This makes no sense. Because once you're finished, I should add that is that once you actually get it up, just better adjust that so it's not stuck. But I'll just take the main photo. But look, it goes so much off. I'll actually give you a better view. It goes so much off. So the worker might as well just go on the platform and build, just fix. But at least that mechanical drill is pretty much, pretty much fine. Other than that, this is a really questionable part if you're gonna question Lego about this, because come on, it's pretty. I can't consider it that hard. Because they could have made a little extension over here and made it stop. Personally, I actually use the brick separator that they go here, so then once this thing, it's actually better. This thing goes here, it stops though, so then it doesn't go fully down. But then other than that, it's pretty fine. And I'll show you the rover closely later. But yeah, it's a little bit shocking how a cool rover lab was built like this. And the front, they worked very well with the front. Let's look at that again. The front, I think they worked really well with it. I like the blue things because for some reason on this set has a lot of blue to do with it, even though on all the rockets, almost on all the rockets and all the spacecrafts, they have almost no blue in it. They managed to put like the entire transporter, I'll show you that later, is completely blue. But But yeah, like I think they did really well this because they made it. I don't know if I should use the word, but I feel like they shielded it from what the real thing would look like because as soon as you open this, look inside. Look, like come on, they could have put a couple panels like these, so they could have put maybe four more pieces into the set and just made it a little bit more wide. Like at least make one wall. Like, and there's not even a roof, for gosh sake. So it's like, come on, like it doesn't make any sense. But anyways, yeah, I'll show you the rover right now. Okay, so you guys want to see a rover? Boom, that's the rover. And just to see how they compare to a regular worker is, the worker is pretty much taller, which actually they did really well. In fact, there's the rover and the Mars Research Shuttle. Here is the size difference, and it doesn't. I mean, I don't know what I would consider. Okay, yeah. So I know this is not in the same set, but I just want to say this. What is with these lights? Are these lights or sensors? I don't know. It just doesn't make much sense because it doesn't make sense. Well, this one makes sense. Well, the actual one from the set, it makes a lot more sense. Plus, there's actually a little hook there, so then the crane thing can hook on and pull it up. But yeah, I like how they actually attach solar panels to the side, and it actually fits in the cargo hold, which is only 6. So this is about roughly 6. Well, not roughly. This is 6 bricks wide. Well, no, 6 bricks long and 5 bricks wide. And I actually don't know how many bricks tall, but probably I would say maybe 3 or 4. I don't know, but I don't know what is that. I guess that's a satellite, but I like the driller part though. It's I like how you can move the drill. Like if you can pretend that the driller actually transforms beep boop bop and then it goes there, or beep boop bop and you just twist it to pretend that it's completely transforming. But I like the sensors because they do look pretty well. And usually I think in launch time, I think you'd put it just down like there. So then at least they're not bumping into things. And if the rocket had a little extra room, at least it won't be bum, 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 bum. But it moves pretty well. I like the use of these wheels. Only thing is, not gripped. And that's with the other rover from the Mars Research Shuttle. It's actually gripped. If you can see, it actually has, it actually looks like real tires. But these ones, I still like this one more, though. I feel like they fit more stuff into it, but yeah, that's really all the rover really is. Okay, now let me quickly show you some of the smaller parts in this thing, like this little drill test site. And but I like to give this a cool little thing, and also the robot. Oh yes, 100% yes with this robot. Just if you see how good this robot was built, it's small, it's compact, there's nothing that I say bad about it, only about this. It doesn't go straight like that. It actually has to go diagonally, so it would be a little bit weird. Because see, a worker can only go it can only go up and down. Think of it as an L, as now it can only go there. It can only go there and there. Anyways, yeah, so one thing I like about this thing that I should also mention is that there's actually a light here, which makes sense with the training thing, but since they didn't really give any actual Mars thing, on the Mars Research Shuttle, they actually gave you a real chunk, a real, pretend chunk, and that one looks a lot better, but yeah, it kind of it's just not good. But if you wanted to imagine that you're on Mars, then ditch that. Pretend the rover just goes up to it, and yeah, drills it. The only thing is, I think that if you were going to do most realistic, the rock semi-transport Mars Research Shuttle would be a most realistic bundle, because then after the rover drills, then you could get the shuttle carrier come take the jewel up. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that that I remember that I did a minifig pack a few weeks back, and yeah, see this? This was from it, and look, it actually looks pretty well with this. So I also decided just to connect that, but yeah, in this specific part, you can only get in that minifig pack, or if you just go online and buy it. But nah, I decided to get the actual minifig pack. Anyways, yeah. So there's a lot of good things in this set, but now let me show you the launch control thing, which is one thing I'm really excited about. Okay, here's the launch control, and yes. It actually feels really strong. Like when you hold it, so sometimes for some reason I like to hold stuff and to feel how fragile it is. But honestly, this feels actually pretty strong. It doesn't feel strong as, of course, this one piece. I like the sticker. It's pretty nice. It's just a shame that one thing that's a little bit disappointing is that they used all of this the same. I do like the black. It makes it look a lot cooler than the white one. So, at least in my opinion. But the only thing about this thing that just doesn't really work, but for the Beast Cat it's pretty good, but just doesn't work is that there's only one terminal. But for the amount of characters, especially because you only get one launch control thing, like unlike the Deep Space Rocket launch control, you actually get multiple. So that makes more sense than just this. Yeah, so I don't really, I mean, this minifig, he's kind of okay, but I've already talked about him. So it's cool because look, if you actually spin this, as you can see, this, yeah, it might be hard. Well, actually, no, this is the easiest way. It also has outdoor viewing, and this is actually supposed to be what the rover is seeing because you're going to Mars. And yeah, that's the main intent of this entire set, is that you're getting ready, going to Mars. And I like how it all fits out, where you take the transporter, fill it up, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yes. And yeah, so there's not much to say about this that I don't like. I like how it's full glass, so then you can see where it goes off a little bit. Then you can look up a bit. You get a little close, but it can fit. The most this can fit without getting really cramped would be 3 minifigs, and but there's not really that much. I guess the door is pretty. The door's not that cool because it's just a regular door, but there's nothing really that much about it. But I do really like it. Oh yeah. See, there's another blue thing in there. Another blue color part in there, which makes a lot of sense because the main colors are, well, there's a bunch of